Sarah Stern went missing in December 2016 and was never seen again. Her last known sighting was at her home on that Friday afternoon. The following morning, her abandoned car was discovered on a nearby bridge, raising concerns about her disappearance. Sarah Stern lived in Neptune City, New Jersey, and graduated from the local high school. She followed her interest in arts and TV production at Brookdale Community College. She was the only child of her parents and had lost her mother in 2013 due to cancer. On the afternoon of December 2, 2016, Sarah was last seen alive before disappearing from her home. On December 3, 2016, at around 2:45 a.m., an Uber driver passed the Shark River in Belmar and saw a parked car. The car, a 94 silver four-door Oldsmobile 88, was parked in an odd way on the Route 35 bridge that connected Belmar and Avon by the Sea in Belmar, New Jersey, United States. Realizing something was wrong, the driver called the police. The police arrived at the scene to investigate. They found keys inside the car. Upon investigating the owner, it was discovered that the car belonged to 96-year-old Lillian Stern. Upon contacting Lillian, she revealed that her granddaughter, 19-year-old Sarah Stern, often drives the car. The police immediately started searching for Sarah, suspecting her to be missing. The police spoke to Sarah's father, Michael, who was trying to reach her but got no response. As the police investigated further, they interrogated Sarah's friends and found some clues. One of her friends and classmates, Liam McAtasney, was close to her. They had been best friends since they were 6. Liam claimed that before her disappearance, Sarah was feeling depressed and wanted to go to Canada.
She's always wanted to go to Canada.
He said her father was acting strangely toward her, and she had thoughts about ending her life.
She has had a tendency to have self-destructive, suicidal behavior.
The police linked the case with her parked car and assumed that she might have jumped into the Shark River to end her life. But no further clues were found upon investigating Shark River and its nearby area. The police hoped to get some leads from a surveillance camera under the Route 35 bridge, but it wasn't active. About a week after Sarah disappeared, her father rallied a search party to find her. Hundreds of community members joined in, volunteering to help, but they couldn't find anything. The police decided to interrogate Liam again, as he was probably one of the last people who saw her. He said he went to a restaurant with Sarah on December 2, 2016, finished some work, and returned to Sarah's house.
Taco Bell first, then to the Drapers,
and then you left.
then to her house,
Then to her house.
hung out,
Right.
I left.
What time was that around?
Later in the afternoon, when Liam left for work, he saw Sarah for the last time. Sarah's neighbor's CCTV captured Liam leaving her house late in the afternoon, matching his statement. However, that night, the camera recorded Sarah's car leaving the driveway around 11:45 p.m., but the driver was not visible. It was now clear to the authorities that Sarah drove towards the river, jumped, and took her life. But many of Sarah's friends disagreed that she would harm herself or run away. They described her as a lively and cheerful person. She loved her dog, and her friends claimed she wouldn't leave without him. However, Buddy was found locked in a cage at her house the night she went missing. Both police and the community searched throughout the area, but Sarah's body was not found. Later, in January 2017, Sarah's case took a twisted turn. A man named Anthony Curry reached out to police, mentioning he might have information about Sarah's disappearance. He wanted to share some disturbing details about Liam. Anthony and Liam were friends, and he told the police that in November 2016, Liam explained to him a plan to harm a girl.
Told me about this idea he had to kill this girl.
He spoke about choking her and throwing her off a bridge, claiming it was for a movie plot. When Anthony realized Sarah was missing, he got worried, as both the scenarios were almost similar. Anthony decided to help the police, and on January 31, 2017, he secretly agreed to record Liam as part of their investigation. Liam quickly confessed and told Anthony about what happened to Sarah. He described her death in detail. In the recorded conversation, Liam said, "It took me a half hour to kill her. I thought I was going to be able to choke her out and have her out in like a couple of minutes.
And it took me a half an hour to kill her. I thought I was going to be able to choke her out and have her out in like a couple minutes."
He explained that he choked Sarah until she collapsed, and he later lifted her body. He had the timer on, and it took about 30 minutes.
And set a timer, and it took me like a half an hour after I hit start.
He found 2 safes with money in Sarah's room and stole $10,000. He then dumped her body into the car and drove the car to the river. With the help of one of his friends, Preston Taylor, he threw her body into the river. Liam also said that he executed his plan to kill Sarah after returning from work. On February 1st, 2017, police arrested Liam and Preston. Investigators found that Liam had been plotting this murder for the last 6 months.
I did something really dumb, and I planned it out for half a year. I had patience.
He found Sarah's mother had left her money inheritance in the safe in her house and wanted to get the money and decided to kill her. However, police needed more evidence for a solid prosecution case, as Sarah's body was not found. Preston confessed to his involvement in the murder. He pleaded guilty to throwing Sarah's body from the bridge, robbery, conspiracy to commit murder, tampering with physical evidence, and 2 counts of hindering apprehension. He agreed to stand as a witness against Liam at his trial. Liam was charged with first-degree murder, robbery, and conspiracy to commit robbery, hindering apprehension, tampering with evidence, and discarding human remains.
So on count 1, murder in the first degree, it's life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Count 2 is robbery in the first degree. This sentence will run concurrently, meaning at the same time. It's 20 years New Jersey State Prison.
He pleaded not guilty to all the charges. At Liam's trial, the jury heard his recorded confession detailing the motive behind the murder and its aftermath in his own words. Preston also came forward to describe the entire plot. He stated that on December 2nd, 2016, Liam came back to their shared house and confessed to choking Sarah.
They were leaving to go out the front door, and as she was about to walk out, he grabs her from behind and drinks.
Later that night, they dropped her into the river and left her car on the bridge.
In Sarah's car, up to the Belmont Bridge, and he is get away.
They wanted to make it appear as if she had taken her own life. Liam took his defense and stated that in the recording, he simply told Anthony about a plot for a film. He argued that Preston was lying to the court. However, Liam was found guilty on all charges and received a life sentence without release. He also got an additional 10 years for discarding human remains, and both sentences will be served consecutively.
So on count 1, murder in the first degree, it's life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Desecrating human remains is second degree, so that's 10 years consecutive to the other counts, to count 1 especially.
The judge highlighted in court that although Preston didn't murder Sarah, he knew everything and participated in the plan. He had the chance to stop Liam, but he didn't. Preston was sentenced to 18 years in prison. Liam appealed to an appellate court against the decision of his conviction and requested a new trial. However, on February 3, 2023, the court rejected his appeal and upheld his sentence. His objection to the jury seeing his unsettling taped confession was also dismissed by the court. Currently, Liam is held in New Jersey State Prison and Preston at the Mid-State Correctional Facility, while Sarah's body is still not found.